Hello everybody and welcome to the Derek Ruby Show. I am your host, the previously mentioned Mr. Ruby, and this is my spoiler-free review of It 2017. So when they announced this movie and showed pictures of the new Pennywise, I didn't know what to think. But I got the opportunity to see this movie the other day, and man, I was impressed. Now, to be fair, I really don't get scared during horror movies, but I can see people's reactions around me. But I'm not gonna lie, there's a certain level of intensity while you're watching this movie. You see certain things coming, but you're just on the edge of your seat waiting. And it's pretty funny to get hit by the guy next to you because his girlfriend was so scared of the jump scare that she knocked the hell out of him and he bumped into you. Now, I love that this movie was set in the 1980s. As an 80s child myself, all the beats were there, down to the mullet haircuts. And if you pay attention throughout this movie and look at movie theater billboards and posters on people's walls, you're going to see a bunch of 80s Easter eggs. Now let's talk about the cast. Mark Skarsgård did an amazing job playing Pennywise, and he had some big shoes to fill from Tim Curry. But no pun intended, he nailed it. I found his acting to be very believable, and he really invoked some terrifying moments for a lot of people. Now the movie has a bunch of child actors, and child actors are usually hit or miss. But with me in this movie, they were a hit. Everything from the little squabbles to just the way they acted, it didn't seem like I was watching a rehearsed fake thing. It seemed believable for the most part. Sure, there was a line here or there that was kind of funny, but other than that, the kids nailed it spot on. Especially the part of Beverly played by Sophia Lillis. She looks just like Molly Ringwald did back in the day. Now the pacing of this movie is pretty good. It's a long movie, but I never found myself looking at my watch to see what time the movie was going to be over, which is always a good sign. When it comes to the look of Pennywise, it was pretty spot on. There were times where the CG really worked and looked fantastic, and then there were times it looked like somebody was standing by a green screen. Now, I don't know if the movie purposely did this to make things seem kind of weird, but there's always a problem if your CGI looks a little shoddy, which it doesn't the whole time, but that's just kind of a pet peeve of mine. And for as much detail as the movie had trying to put half the book into one film, there was a couple times where I kind of thought to myself, did I miss a part? But overall, the plot was cohesive, it made sense, the characters were believable. There was only one thing I thought that was a little out there for a child to be able to do, but other than that, that's just a small nitpick. If you're going into this movie expecting something really dark, you're not going to be disappointed. There's a joke here or there that will actually make you laugh, but they're few and far in between. The tone of the movie doesn't shift too much. It's pretty consistent. This is a pretty timeless tale. It's great that it's set in the 80s because I don't really know if this could work in modern times, at least from the kids' perspective, because things would have to be severely changed. But for what it does wonderfully. And I would definitely recommend that you go out and watch this. If you're a fan of the original movies, if you're a fan of the books, or if you're just a fan of horror movies in general, then you should definitely take the time to go out and watch this movie. It's very possible we may be looking at a timeless classic right before our eyes. So I'm going to give it 4.5 stars. So thank you guys for listening to the Derek Ruby Show. You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and Instagram. And as always, have a good one, and I'll see you guys next time.